Hey, how's it going guys? It's Nate here. And Skyrim is a very serious, and frankly quite depressing land, overrun by dragons and engulfed in a civil war as opportunistic bandits and Forsworn capitalize on this lack of authority. All these troubles make it very easy to forget how to laugh. However, dig deep enough and you're sure to uncover a few Easter eggs and details worth cracking a grin over. So whether it's due to karma, irony, or just plain awkwardness, today we're going to be taking a look at 5 funny hidden details within the Elder Scrolls V. Starting off, children can get to be pretty annoying, always asking you to play tag, threatening you with pranks, requesting you murder someone, you know, the usual cocky stuff. However, evidently they also have a humorous fascination with, and lack of understanding, regarding magic. Casting a spell nearby a child has the small chance of prompting an interaction, in which the kid will take interest to you and run up to the Dragonborn, asking if you can turn them invisible using your magical knowledge. Now, the obvious answer is no. The only way to make someone else invisible in Skyrim is via potion. And for equally obvious reasons, you're not quite allowed to just give children random and strange elixirs. However, life's a bit more fun when you don't tell the full truth. So you're given the option to tell the kid that you can make them invisible despite your knowledge otherwise, and pretend to fulfill their wish. After doing this, the child will express a brief moment of skepticism, in which you're given one final opportunity to warn them that they are indeed very visible. But you're in too deep now, so simply reassure the child that they are invisible and they will scurry off. Follow them around for a little while, and you'll see them attempt to scare various people throughout whatever settlement they're in, approaching random NPCs and yelling either surprise or boo, to which adults will just stare back awkwardly, and the children will then retreat in shame, knowing that they've in fact been bamboozled. Next in Solstheim, when wandering the roads, you have a chance at encountering an unnamed Bosmer wizard, who will then utter the lines, "They said it couldn't be done, but they were wrong, to touch the sky like a dragon." He will then spontaneously shoot into the sky, exclaiming cheers of celebration. He must have just tested some sort of spell that allows him the ability to fly, and he's very happy in his success. Until he realizes that he may have underestimated the impact of gravity, and he will begin pummeling back to Earth at record speeds, dying upon impact. On his body you'll find a journal that outlines his eternal quest for flight. Now this is hard enough to find as is. I literally spent about 45 minutes trying to trigger this encounter before I just got frustrated and decided to get back to work on the script. But what you may not know is that this wizard is just one of many Bosmer and Tamriel who have died in pursuit of greater flight. In the Elder Scrolls III Morrowind, you can encounter a Bosmer mage named Tariel, who can be seen flying up into the air screaming in horror just before descending back to the ground and becoming a pancake. And in the Elder Scrolls Online, another wood elf named Icarian's corpse lies on an island near Bruma, next to his own personal journal, in which the final entry describes a planned attempt to take to the skies. It appears all of these men were very close to achieving true flight. They just couldn't really nail the staying in the sky and not pummeling back to Earth part of that. It seems as though all of these mages kept on asking if they could touch the skies, so no one ever stopped to ask if they should. For number 3 on this list, we have a very suggestive scene inside of the restrooms of Fort Dunstad. This fortress will either be controlled by bandits or your own Civil War faction, depending on how far you progress through your respective quest line. On a shelf nearby one of the makeshift toilets, consisting of just a bucket and a stool, gross, you can find a potion of True Shot, which grants better effectiveness with ranged weapons. I'll let you make of this setup what you will. And number 4, some of us get to have very humble beginnings. You can encounter this necromancer just south of Gehrman's Hole in the Rift. Now what's unique about this novice necromancer in particular is that he's not quite ready to resurrect people just yet. Instead, he's concentrating his early efforts on something a bit smaller. Chickens. Yes, upon encountering this deranged man, he will summon an army of undead poultry to his aid. While they may not be the most skilled warriors, they fight with fervor and ferocity. The chickens will charge without fear. However, they will be no match for the Dragonborn. Hopefully, and you may slay the twisted necromancer, freeing all of these delicious birds from their curse. And as a brief but not very honorable mention that we've covered in a previous list, which is why it's an honorable mention. In the Reichling Cave Ben Congregike in Solstheim, there will be a tent tucked away deep inside of the cavern, filled with copies of the lusty Argonian Maid next to wraps of linen and a single telekinesis spellbook. Again, you can draw your own conclusions on this one. And finally at number 5 is a bit of sweet justice. Plautus Carvain and his wife Salonia are both a part of a random encounter. They're 2 nobles on their way to Solitude to attend the wedding of a very wealthy Vittoria Vici, one of the managers of the East Empire Company, whom they intend to bribe with gifts, and they'll typically be guarded by a single imperial soldier. When approached, the 2 nobles will speak with utter disdain towards the Dragonborn, saying things along the lines of, "Don't bother us, peasant, we have important business to tend to." However, if you're a member of the Dark Brotherhood, you'll know exactly where they're going. You see, you're given a contract to kill that very same Vittoria Vici at her wedding, ruining the festivities. Of course, Plautus and Salonia don't know this, so they'll continue on their way, assuming you don't murder them for their disrespect on the spot. Suffice it to say, you won't see them again, or at least you probably won't recognize them if you do. Because after you assassinate Vittoria, there's a chance you'll run into Plautus and his wife in another random encounter. This time, they'll be in a far worse position than before. Their high-class attire, gone. In its place is simple ragged robes and foot wraps. Their guard, nowhere to be seen, and when approached, they'll respond with, "Get away from us, we have nothing left to steal." Eavesdropping on them a bit further reveals why. After listening to his wife complain about her boots, Plautus will fire back with, "We got robbed by bandits, my clothes torn to shreds by some cat, our bodyguard eaten by a dragon, and you're worried about your shoes? When we get back to Cyrodiil, I swear, I'll hire an army of battle mages to come up here and set fire to this whole damn province." It appears as though, even if the Dragonborn didn't kill them for the way they spoke to you, this couple was still exposed to all of the wonders of Skyrim's classic hospitality. And that's enough justice for me. And there you have it, 5 funny details that you may not have caught your first time around in the Elder Scrolls V. What have you come across in your adventures that made you stop and chuckle a little bit, either out of plain awkwardness or just irony? Leave a comment down below. Thanks for stopping by, everybody, and hope to catch you all in my next video. Peace out, everyone.
Sky like a dragon. What? Oh!